What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer video. And the reason why I'm so excited is that the German newspaper Abendzeitung is reporting, and there is a massive update. This is a massive update on the Thiago Alcantara to Liverpool transfer saga, is that the midfielder wants to leave Bayern Munich and he sees his future at Liverpool according to the report. And also Jurgen Klopp himself is equally keen on a deal, so Liverpool want to do a transfer deal, and Jurgen Klopp believes that Thiago Alcantara could be the missing piece of his Liverpool puzzle, and Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp want to dominate English football and European football for the next 3 or 4 years at least, until Jurgen Klopp leaves Liverpool, until his contract expires. And according to the report, Bayern Munich are demanding 35 million euros, which is like 30 million pounds, for the Spanish international, despite his contract expiring at the end of the season. Let me know in the comments below, do you think that's a fair price for Thiago Alcantara, who is world class, but he only has 1 year left on his contract? And if Bayern don't sell him right now, then they will lose him for nothing at the end of next season. But Bayern Munich chief executive Karl-Heinz Rummenigge said that Bayern are selling Thiago because they don't want to lose him on a free transfer, and Liverpool are willing to meet Bayern Munich's demands, probably in the middle. Liverpool right now want to pay 25 million euros, which is like 23 million pounds, so just a little bit short of the valuation. So I think if Liverpool and Bayern meet in the middle and say Liverpool pay 30 million euros for Thiago, then I think this transfer will happen, and I'm really super excited about this. And Jurgen Klopp also spoke out again about Thiago once again, so I will reveal that and many other Liverpool transfer news in this video. So if you enjoy these, leave a like, subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you never miss the latest Liverpool transfer news updates. This transfer, I think, could be incredible for Liverpool. Liverpool don't have the funds to sign a Kai Havertz or a Jadon Sancho in this summer because of the financial crisis and of the uncertainty around football finances, but Jurgen Klopp still wants to strengthen his team, and this would be an incredible transfer for Liverpool because Thiago is a genuinely world-class player, the kind of a star who could be a genuine upgrade to Liverpool. And I saw some Liverpool fans saying that Thiago Alcantara, they never heard of him before. I mean, how can you not hear about Thiago, who is from Barcelona, from the La Masia Academy? He played under Pep Guardiola in an incredible Barcelona team, and then he won 7 successive Bundesliga titles, playing regularly for Bayern Munich, who are one of the top 5 teams in the world, in at least in European football, that's for sure. How can some Liverpool fans say that you have never heard of Thiago? I just don't get it. Like, you only follow the Premier League like this and watch no other football? I mean, what is it with that? What is up with that? But enough of that rant. So Liverpool have a functional midfield, but Wijnaldum is yet to sign a new contract, and with the likes of Henderson, Fabinho and Wijnaldum, more conventional box-to-box players instead of genuine playmakers, I think Liverpool need a more creative, genuine playmaker who can spray passes around like an absolute bowler like Thiago is. Bringing in Thiago's creativity would be a huge transfer for Liverpool, especially for such a relatively low transfer fee. I mean, if Thiago had still like a free 4-year contract at Bayern, he would command 60-70 million pounds. That's how good he is. He's an exceptional carrier of the ball, averaging 3 dribbles per game in the Bundesliga, and also his average passing accuracy was 90%. 10 passes Thiago makes, 9 of them are successful and accurate. And also defensively, he's pretty solid as well. He makes 1.9 tackles per game, 1.9 interceptions per game, and 1 foul. But also he registers 0.8 key passes per game. So at least he has 1 key pass, 2 tackles, 2 interceptions. So he's an exceptional player. He would be a super signing for Liverpool, in my opinion. And Jurgen Klopp repeated the praise for Thiago Alcantara, saying that Thiago is an exceptional player, in his press conference. So he gave an interview to Sky Germany where Jurgen Klopp was asked whether he will sign Thiago or other players, and he said, "I have no idea who will play for me next year. There is nothing to say at the moment. Thiago Alcantara is a great player, but also he's a Bayern Munich player. That's actually all there is to say. There is nothing more to say." And obviously he can't say that he wants to sign Thiago. I mean, that's not how Jurgen Klopp is, and that's not how transfers work, because straight away Bayern would just say that you are tapping up our player publicly. And Thiago Alcantara won an incredible 14 trophies at Bayern Munich, so 7 Bundesliga titles, and also a lot of German Super Cups and a lot of German Cups as well. They won the double in Germany once again, winning the Bundesliga and the DFB Pokal, and he has been a regular in Bayern Munich's side under Hansi Flick, the newest Bayern Munich manager, and he's a big fan of Thiago. He doesn't want to leave him, but he also said that he knows that Thiago, after 7 years in the Bundesliga, wants to try something new. He wants a new challenge. He wants to experience a new league. He wants to challenge himself in the Premier League, and that's perfectly normal. And actually, it's pretty healthy as a professional to challenge yourself and to go on to even bigger and better things. And after playing for Barcelona and Bayern Munich, what a career it would be if Thiago comes to Liverpool and potentially retires there and plays at Liverpool for the next 4 years. And I think Thiago could play at Liverpool for the next 4 years. As a genuine playmaker, deep lying midfielder, you don't have to have incredible pace, incredible physical ability. I mean, we already have Fabinho, Henderson, Wijnaldum for that. Thiago Alcantara could be our new Xabi Alonso, if you like, a similar kind of player, but maybe with more dribbling ability, with more creativity than Xabi Alonso. So when Leroy Sané was officially unveiled at Bayern Munich, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge talked about Thiago Alcantara. He said this: Bayern Munich sporting director Hassan Salihamidzic had talks with Thiago. Curiously, they were always very positive, but Thiago actually told Hassan some time ago that he wants to do something new to finish his career. So far no club has contacted us, but I don't know if he's settled things with the new club. But I think Liverpool are just waiting for the Premier League season to finish, and then we can start properly working on new transfers. And Thiago Alcantara would join the Premier League champions, of course, Liverpool, which I'm still so happy about that. So while Liverpool are waiting to bid for Thiago, Liverpool are also working on extending midfielder Gini Wijnaldum's contract this summer. Wijnaldum, of course, was a big part of the title celebrations, and he actually scored in the game against Chelsea on the same night. Wijnaldum has made 36 appearances in the league for Liverpool this season, and he has been brilliant. And I think honestly that Liverpool will want to sign Wijnaldum on a new contract, otherwise he will leave at the end of next season on a free transfer, and we don't really want that. But maybe Wijnaldum wants a new 3-year contract and Liverpool are only willing to give him 2 years. I mean, Wijnaldum is 29, 30, so he's on the brink of potentially his level declining. Maybe not next season, but the season after next season. And Liverpool don't want to have players who are not good enough to play for a Premier League title challenger team at 31, 32, but still on big wages. But I still think that Wijnaldum earned his contract, his new contract. So I think Liverpool may be just negotiating with him on the wages and on the length of the contract. An Italian journalist, Fabrizio Romano, is actually saying that Liverpool are working hard to renew Wijnaldum's contract at the club. An agreement has yet to be found, but it's likely that both parties will decide to extend his contract. Romano also says that Liverpool still aren't anywhere near signing Thiago because they haven't even bid for him yet. Wijnaldum's midfield partner Jordan Henderson was announced, of course, as the Footballer of the Year on Friday morning, and Jurgen Klopp was in very high praise for Henderson. But if you want more details on that, I uploaded a video on that yesterday, and it looks like that Liverpool have some money coming into the transfer budget, because Liverpool are on the verge of selling Dejan Lovren to Zenit St. Petersburg, and I'm sorry if I'm a little bit happy and excited for Liverpool selling a player. Maybe it's not the right thing, not right feeling to have about a player sale, because Lovren has been very good for Liverpool, but I think he's not good enough anymore at the very, very top. I mean, would Lovren get into the Manchester City side or into the Chelsea team or into even the Manchester United team? Probably the Man United team he would get in there, but Chelsea, Man City or any other top European team, I don't think Lovren gets into the starting 11, and he shouldn't get into the starting 11 of Liverpool. And Sky Sports are reporting that Liverpool are willing to let Lovren leave, and it's up to Lovren to decide whether he wants to join Zenit, because Liverpool actually accepted an £11 million bid from Zenit. Jurgen Klopp was asked about Lovren's possible departure, and he said, as long as nothing is decided, we don't speak about these kind of things, transfers in and out. If we don't speak about the potential departure of a player, but of course we cannot speak about a replacement. This is the situation. If there is something to say, then probably we will. You can read it or we will say something. But right now, we won't say anything. And former Liverpool player Luis Garcia actually said that Liverpool will have a problem attracting the biggest stars to join an already star-studded Liverpool starting lineup because of maybe the lack of space in the starting 11. So let's actually see what he says. I heard Liverpool are trying to find players who can eventually replace Sadio Mane, Salah and Roberto Firmino. Yes, it's true, but if you want to bring in someone with the same level, is he going to be happy playing in Liverpool to only maybe replace these kind of players? It's not easy at all. I'm sure that it's not going to be easy to find players who are happy to sit on the bench and wait for their chances to play, for their opportunity. You can do that with young players or players who are in that slower position of talent, of qualities than the ones in the playing 11, and maybe they know that they have to wait. But when you bring in a player of the same level, you know if he's not playing, he's not going to be happy, and maybe if you don't know how to control this environment, maybe you can have a problem. So we will see what happens, but I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of players Liverpool are thinking of bringing in. And also, Luis Garcia continued, that's the thing, whether Thiago can fit into this Liverpool team. If top players come to Liverpool, you have to move one of the ones that are moving at the moment. That's not easy. If you see Keita, the way that Keita plays is similar. The way they move, the place where they play in the team is very similar, Thiago and Naby Keita. Keita is still adapting to the Premier League. Are you going to move him from that place? I don't think that's necessarily true that Naby Keita plays in the same place as Thiago. Thiago is actually playing a lot deeper, and he is like a deep-lying playmaker, while Naby Keita is playing further forward, just behind the strikers, I think, and he's more of a box-to-box midfielder. And also, Liverpool need more creative players. It's pretty evident that we have a lot of midfielders, but apart from maybe Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain, we don't have anybody else who is very creative, and they both are injury prone. Wijnaldum, Fabinho, Henderson, they are pretty similar players. Of course, Fabinho is the best defensive midfielder. Henderson and Wijnaldum are more like box-to-box midfielders. I think that Thiago will have a place in the squad, and Liverpool can't just play with like 5 midfielders next season. I think we need more midfielders. Of course, we have James Milner still, but he's getting on a bit. And I think Thiago would do very well to beef up this Liverpool midfield even more and give Jurgen Klopp more options. And we need to rotate and play different midfielders against different teams. And Jurgen Klopp actually picked out 2 of his favorite games from the Premier League season, where Liverpool finally ended their 30-year-long wait for a league title. There are too many moments to mention one, Jurgen Klopp said, but when I look back, I have 2 favorite games. I'm not sure that they are that famous because they were not against Man United, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, whatever. My 2 favorite games of the season are the Leicester away game, where Liverpool won 4-0, and the Sheffield United home game. To be honest, because they were just absolutely exceptional. Leicester for different reasons, because coming back from Qatar, nobody knew exactly how it would feel, and then playing this game, I didn't expect that night, and I was completely over the moon about the performance. It was absolutely outstanding. And then the Sheffield United at home game, because I respect a lot what Chris Wilder is doing at Sheffield United. They are so uncomfortable to play against. Then I'm not sure, I didn't see all the games of Sheffield United obviously, but I think if you would ask Chris Wilder, that was the night when he thought, obviously there is quite a gap. They made life uncomfortable for Liverpool there and for a lot of teams. The way they play, the way they are set up, it's really not easy to find a way in, and that night we were near perfection. I liked that game really a lot. And I think that Jurgen Klopp knows what he is talking about. And also, there was actually a spat between Frank Lampard and Jurgen Klopp when I think it was Willian who fouled a Liverpool player, and Trent Alexander-Arnold actually scored the resulting free kick. But even before Trent took the free kick, Frank Lampard told some pretty nasty words to Jurgen Klopp, and Jurgen Klopp actually has hit back at Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard said that we were arrogant, and you cannot hit me with something like that on my bench, because we are not arrogant. Frank was obviously in a really competitive mood. I respect that a lot. You can pretty much, from my point of view, say in a situation like this what you want. For me, when it is after the game, it is completely over. I've said a lot in the past, because it is pure emotion. We are really involved. He came here to win the game or to get a point, to get Champions League qualification. I respect that a lot. What he has to learn is to finish it with the final whistle, and he didn't do that. Speaking afterwards like this, that is not okay. Frank has to learn. He has a lot of time to learn because he's a young coach, but that he has to learn. We are not arrogant. We are pretty much the opposite of arrogant. In a moment like this, how it is with all arguments, if you say something you want to hurt to the other person, no problem with that. But after the final whistle, just close the book. He didn't do that, and that is what I don't like. And Frank Lampard also said, I've seen the video and I was obviously there in terms of the language I used. I do regret that, because these things get replayed a lot on social media. I've got 2 young daughters who are on social media, so I regret that. In terms of regretting having passion to defend my team, no, I could have maybe handled it slightly differently to keep that language in. Some of the reports were that I was upset with the celebrating of the Liverpool team. Far from it. I think Liverpool should celebrate as much as they want with the season they have had. They can celebrate like they did after the game, like they celebrate every goal they score, like they celebrated when they won the league a month ago, and like they are talking about celebrating one more time with their fans. I would have had a beer with Jurgen Klopp after the game and toasted with what a performance they have done this year, but there were things on the line that I didn't like from their bench, not Jurgen Klopp but the people behind him, which I felt crossed a line. That's what got me agitated, but it's done. Emotions run high amongst most managers, fans and players. I regret the language, and we move on. So yeah, Frank Lampard didn't properly apologize, but he kind of did, saying that he regrets what he said to Jurgen Klopp and his backroom staff. But I think that's all water under the bridge. We should just close the book, as Jurgen Klopp said, and move on. We beat Chelsea home and away, and that's the most important thing. Liverpool are the best team in England, and Chelsea have a lot of catching up to do. But of course, they are trying their best. They signed already Hakim Ziyech, Timo Werner, and they are looking to sign Kai Havertz as well if they can find the funds. What a banging transfer window that would be for Chelsea. So let me know what did you think of all the things that we talked about in this video, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. See you later, guys. Goodbye.